princesses! Today I'm going to be talking about the Anna Sui Liquid Foundation in the shade 100 Alabaster. The Anna Sui Liquid Foundation is a soft focus foundation which creates a flawless complexion. Boasting SPF 20, protection against UV rays, liquid foundation moisturizes the skin and utilizes soft focus powders and trick of light technology to provide exceptional blurring results for a soft, silky, poreless finish. The perfect liquid foundation for a natural, flawless and radiant complexion, liquid foundation glides smoothly onto the skin to deliver a translucent, dewy finish. A fusion of fruit extracts, hydrolyzed silk and antioxidants help to soften, nourish and protect the skin whilst the fluid consistency blends seamlessly and leaves the skin looking picture perfect and radiant. There are 7 shades of this foundation altogether, and I have the lightest, which is shade 100 in Alabaster, which is noted to be for fair skin tones. The next shade up is 101, which is porcelain, which is for light skin tones. There's not too much of a difference between 100 and 101, other than 100 is slightly more yellow and 101 is slightly more pink. I had the chance to swatch this foundation while I was in Taipei because there are a lot of Anna Sui counters around. I didn't choose to buy it there because it was more than twice the price, and so I bought mine from beautybay.com. This foundation comes in absolutely gorgeous packaging, which is very classic Anna Sui. It has a really heavy glass bottle which is frosted and has really beautiful decorations with Anna Sui in the centre and a really cute heart-shaped cap. And then underneath there is a pump which is really hygienic. I usually only need 1.5 pumps of this foundation to cover my entire face once, and I prefer to use a beauty blender rather than my fingers because I find it gives a better, more natural coverage and it just looks much nicer. I find that when I use my fingers I get a lot of streaky marks, especially with this foundation. I currently have one massive pimple on my cheek and a lot of other scarring on the rest of my cheeks and my chin, so one layer of this foundation doesn't give me very good coverage. It does even out a lot of the redness and it gives me a more natural looking complexion. Another layer of the foundation helps even out more of the scars, but you can still tell that there are some scars there, and unless I go like really heavy duty with the concealer, there's not really much that's going to help that. This foundation sets itself really well and it doesn't necessarily need to be powdered, but because my skin is usually quite oily, I do it out of habit more than anything else. I use my favourite e.l.f. under eye setting powder for my eyes and the Skin Food Peach Sake powder for the rest of my face. So this is what it looks like when it's freshly applied. It looks lovely and even, quite natural, and it fits my skin tone really well. So I'm going to come back in about 6 hours and show you what it looks like then. It's been about 6 hours now and the foundation looks pretty much like what it looked like to start with. At the moment my skin doesn't produce any oil because I'm on acne medications, so there is no oil on my face at all, just highlighter. It has worn off and separated a bit around my chin because I've been playing the flute, but that's kind of just to be expected. It doesn't oxidize when it comes into contact with silver either, so if you're a flautist then this is a very safe foundation for you to choose. I forgot to mention earlier that it does have that classic rose scent that Anna Sui's products always have, and it's quite strong, so if you don't really like rose scented products then I would actually stay away from this one because it is very strong until the foundation sets down. I really like this foundation. I find that it sits nicely on my dry skin and it doesn't accentuate any flakes or bumps that I have, but it also works really well when I had oily skin as well. It doesn't separate and it doesn't slide around. It does get a little bit oily, but that's nothing that a couple of blotting sheets and powder can't handle. I really like this colour on my skin and I really love the Demi matte finish. I love the packaging of the bottle. It's really cute and the glass is quite sturdy even though it's a glass product. I also love that it has a pump because it's quite hygienic. I don't mind that it has a heavy rose scent, but I can understand that fragrances and products can irritate the skin on some people, so if you don't like fragranced products or rose smelling products then I would stay away from this one. From what I saw at the Anna Sui counter, the shades don't go very dark at all, so I would suggest this foundation for light to medium skin tones only. But I would suggest this foundation for anyone who fits within the 7 colours because it's really good on dry skin and it's really good on oily skin as well. Thank you so much for watching this review. Leave a comment, like the video and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye!